Welcome back, everyone. Okay, let's get the navigation lighting in. The reds, greens, and the whites here. Let's get those in. Now just got to tie those in together and go from there. Alright, so I got these are all tied in together. I'm using orange and yellow for the navigation, and for the strobe I'm using green and brown. Okay, and I got this one done up as well. Looks good. Next thing I want to do is I want to get the hole drilled here for the lighting that's going in there. I'm going to be using those tiny little SMDs to light up the windows around the bridge area. So these little things right there. So I think these are the larger ones that I'm using. So let's see, how many windows have I got here? I'm gonna have one here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 for the rear lounge. Okay, so I'm gonna mark off inside here where each LED is gonna go. So you got to keep it back from the wall a little bit because of the thickness of the plastic. There we go. Looking good. Nice snug fit. Okay, now I'm going to put the fiber optic line in here, run it down, and this thing is ready to be glued in place. Now, where I glued here, I'm going to chrome silver it and chrome silver the line here for the fiber optic so that none of these lights will interfere with the flashing. But I'm going to just tie all these lines together, get in the resistor on them, and then I can close it up. Alright, so I got those tied together. Got a 470 ohm resistor on those. Got the line there all painted inside there. So got to let that set before I put the bridge module in place. Looks really good. There's a couple other things I need to do yet. I got to trim this away so the light can shine through for the impulse engines. Okay, time to get the bridge module in place now. There we go. Just add a little putty around the edges here, and I'll paint that up again later. Looking good. Okay, so let's get the fiber optic in place here for the navigation and the strobe. There we go. Looks good. All in place there now. I did a light test, so it looks really good. Turned out well. Okay, going back to the phaser cannon here. Looks really good. Nice. All right, so I just got to put the wires back on here and run them up through the hole, and then I can get that in place. Okay, let's go to the forward and aft torpedo launchers, get those holes drilled for the fiber optics. I'm going to be using 0.30 fiber optic lines here. Need to do one side because on here I'm going to have like one launcher launching out multiple torpedoes, so I just need one side lit up and the other one is going to be on. And the same with the rear, because I'm having it launching a probe at the rear here. I just need one fiber optic line in here. There we go. Fires a torpedo. It's multiple torpedoes all in one. So these ones are red. Just got to get the green probe in its place back here. Just got to drill a hole here for the wiring to come down from the top warp engine. But I'm going to get the light in here first for the rear torpedo. .470 ohm resistor on it. Just got to tie the fiber optic into the LED there now, and the rear torpedo is all but set up. And the rear probe being fired here, it's all ready to go. Just got to put a resistor on this. I'll put a 360 resistor on that. And then tie these two in together. I can put the negatives together right now. And then the rear weapons are all done. There we go. Just got a chrome silver around where the torpedo is. Let's do a quick light test and see if they work. Firing the torpedo, well, the aft. Okay, I got the LEDs all in place here for the navigation and the strobes. So just gotta finish putting the fiber optics in there, wiring them up with 470 ohm resistors, because they're all white, so there's no more green and red. So there we go. Here we go. All covered in chrome silver, so the rest of the lighting doesn't interfere with them. Just got to put the 470 ohm resistors on there, and those are done. Now for the warp engines, I'm going to gouge out a little channel on either side here for the wiring to go through. That'll tie into the light strip here. Just going to use this here as a little ball on the end. Now that that's all trenched out, I need to, okay, that's the lower one, that's the upper one, another lower one. I just got to figure out where I need to put the hole for the wiring to go down from the warp engines. Let's get these in place. Now to figure out how long you need to make the lines to go through there, tie into here for these here, and need to figure out the lines for these here for the navigation as well. Here we go. These are all ready in place. At a light test, everything's working fine. Now we've got the warp grills on here. Get the bassards on here, and then we can close them up. I got an extra line here to tie in with this LED there. So let's tie these in and then run these lines. Okay, I'm not going to glue this in place just yet until I get a little bit more done on the model. Well, this looks really good. Okay, so this is all done now. Just got to let this set or dry for a couple of days. It's going to take at least that long for it to dry well enough for me to sand it smooth and then repaint it. So all of these wires I can tie in together now. The red, the positive, negatives going from the engines themselves going here. And then they got the navigation here. I'll tie into the lines that come down from the primary hull. So that's looking good. Now, I got the small SMD lights I'm going to be using on the backs here. You see where these points are here? There are red and green on the top and the bottom. So I've got to drill out a little hole there for the SMD to fit into, then have a little trench go along here that'll go inside, and the same with underneath. And then I got the same thing to do here. I got to get the exact position here of green on this side, green, red, and red on the corners up here. And then that'll take care of the SMDs. Okay, so I got this other thing that's got a slightly smaller ball, which will fit the SMD perfectly. Now to get these little things in place. And then just got to do that same thing on the top here. Tie these in together. It'll look good. Okay, so for getting the LEDs there, I marked off points here where to drill the holes. It's a lot simpler getting those in place there. Drill the hole and then just glue the SMD in place. Now I want to get the proper size bit here because I want to make sure that there's going to be enough light getting through. I gotta do the same thing for under the hull here. I need to make sure I get them lined up properly. There we go. Okay, looks good. Got them all in place there. Not bad. Looks good. In there as well. And on the tops and bottoms here, here. Okay, looks good. But that's it for this episode, everyone. In the next one, we're going to continue on, finish off the lighting, and start assembly. Please like, subscribe, comment, don't forget to share, and click that notification bell for any future uploads. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.